Hello everybody, this is Lee Phillips, Journey of Truth, and we are giving y'all an update on the retention pond for the library. Today is Saturday, May the 3rd. It is about 10:30 in the morning, and we have people trying to drive down the street that is blocked, thinking that they can get through. But we're going to take a quick look right here. They're just doing a 5-point turn right there, turning around. So we got a little sprinkle of rain, not that much. And you can see they've got this side pretty well finished. They did some more excavating on the side of the hill. There's a squirrel running across over there. And they needed to get it tapered a little bit more, and to meet the quota of how many dump trucks that they had to get, they had to taper it off, and they still got a little bit more to work on over there. But we're going to take a look here, and although cars cannot go up through here, there has been bicycle traffic and foot traffic of pedestrians up through here. And I talked to the project manager, and he was out here, and people walk right by and all. And so I told him I was going to walk up through here in the middle of the road and give y'all a view, and he said that's fine. And so, well, not really all that much in those words, but as you can see, there's bicycle tracks up through here. The rain washed some of them away and all, but people's been walking up through here and riding their bicycles up through here. Golf carts have been coming up through here. So here we have the junction box for the outlet of the pond to meet the piping going under the road, and the discharge valve for the water tower. This guy is going to ignore the no going through signs. Sir, you know you're not supposed to drive through here. This is a work zone area, and they've got the roads blocked off. You should understand that you're not supposed to drive through here when they have the do not come through signs like that. Yeah, cut throughs are dangerous, because if something happens to your car and you get in a soft spot and roll off the side, I understand you're a grown adult, sir, but you're violating the construction sign. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to raise my camera stick so that I don't have to walk over an area that's not treated, and I'm going to hold it out and give y'all a look. All right, so there's a sneak peek. I'm not going to get no closer than that, because I am definitely not going to put myself in danger like this gentleman just did. Me walking and people riding their bicycles up through here, that's two different things than driving a car on a surface that is not prepared for vehicles. This is only prepared for the equipment that they use to go back and forth, not for vehicles to drive around the roadblock signs and think that they can come down through here. I can tell you, I just walked down through here a while ago, and this hill, this mud, this thin layer of mud is very slippery right here. And he could slide off the side, like I told him, and his tires could slide off the side and hit one of these pieces and damage his car, or worse yet, slide off the edge right here because there's no guardrail back up yet because it's under construction, folks. This is why that the road closed signs are up on each end. This is not suitable to drive your vehicle. Pedestrian foot traffic is a whole lot different. You see, the bicyclist stayed in the middle of the road. I stayed in the middle of the road. So giving y'all a view from right here, I want to point out another thing. You see that white spot right there in the middle of the frame? That's granite. That is our bedrock. They made it down to bedrock, and not just there. Right over there on the hillside there, and on the hillside where you see the light spot, that's granite. There's a matter of inches of soil on top of the granite right here. Maybe 1.5 feet of dirt, 2 feet of dirt up above that where the trees are. And underneath that house up there, the granite actually sticks up 1 foot above the ground. So we're going to see what happens and see if in the future, if all this soil that's sitting on top of this granite starts migrating downhill. Because that's what happens when you take the weight of all the soil that was down here held in place, all the soil going up the little valley up through Covington Street back up to Main. This is a little valley. We have a hill on that side over there and a hill on this side over here. This is a little valley. Now, we have taken the base out of the valley, therefore the rest of the valley is going to migrate this way because it doesn't have that base to support it. It might take many years, but I'm going to tell you it's going to happen. But these guys are doing a good job. This company, I tell you, if I had a farm and I needed something built, or if I was putting in a business and I had to do my retention pond, these guys would be the guys that I would call. They do jam up work. Now, everything that they do is according to the engineer specs. So if there's a problem, I'm going to say it's not going to be with these guys. They're doing everything right. If there ends up being a problem, that's going to be on somebody else. Well, folks, I'm going to close this one out right here. I'm getting a little bit short-winded with the walk up the hill, but y'all have a blessed day. And don't forget, be good to one another and do something kind for someone. And when you're out on the roads, be safe out there because it's dangerous. You might be a responsible driver, but chances are most of the folks around you might not be. See y'all on the next one.